I always wondered that when you kill these crabs, it says they give you a half-eaten mass. Who ate the other half? Why is it half-eaten? You know. Go see this man here. This is where we have struggled to get to. This one thing here. 250 experience. That gives us level 5 character juice. Let's go speak to this guy. Warm. So this new spell says Armour of Earth. So it gives me armour, but it slows my movements by 50%. That's quite high, isn't it? I can't believe that slows me by 50%. Why would I use that? No, it hasn't been equipped because your action bar is full of spells. No, it's number 8. Number 8 is the new one, Armour of Earth. That is what it is. Look, I do that. Look, see that? It gives me them rocks. But then when I go to move, I can only walk. So that is that spell that we got. Trying to tell me something, you can't tell me nothing. I already knows. Because I know there's 2 on my action bar that I want to get rid of, see? The Armour of Earth isn't it. What? So what button do I press to get that menu thing up there? Let's have a look. Let's see if you're right. Oh, look at this. Look, these are all the friends that I had, right, back in the day. So, like, when I used to play Guild Wars, like, bare friends list, boy. It's probably not as massive as you guys, but, like, to me, that's a lot of people. That's 7 years of just playing on my own, being unsociable. So what's the biggest mechanics you guys would say I need to learn to be able to progress in this game as efficiently as possible? Like, I didn't know that the green bar could be interrupted for a start. I didn't know that was a thing. I probably did back in the day, but it's been so many years that I've forgotten about that. Is there any other mechanics I should be aware of? Right, here we go. We've got some... Oh, they're the chars. Are they the chars from, like... they are as well. Yes, the chars are bad boys. The chars are from... I really don't... Guild Wars 1 didn't play a big part with the chars, I didn't think. They do attack like a couple of villages and a couple of castles and stuff later on, and they are like the enemy, but they're not as big a part as what they are in Guild Wars 2, and the fact that you can fucking play as one, I think, in Guild Wars 2. If I remember rightly, there's a char you can play as. I'm always Dark Necromancer, so it makes no difference. The chars are wicked. Well, I had like an online friend that was a char, so I'm quite fond of their class. You can play as a char in 2, yeah. And I think the collector's edition actually came with a char, didn't it? I almost got the collector's edition, but I wanted to be part of the Guild Wars 2 beta, and I was invited with a special key to get a free beta. 80 hours it was, and I stayed up the entire 80 hours, never slept. That was epic. Nowadays you would have streamed that shit and you would have had loads of people with you to keep you awake, but back then it was just, you know, that was way before Twitch, I think. Not that much before Twitch, about 3 or 4 years, I think. So I ended up, after I'd done the beta, I fell in love with it, and I went out and I bought the 48 quid copy or whatever it was, the basic pack. Running out of energy big time. Is there a healer? Am I missing? There is a healer, isn't it? It's this guy at the back. Come at me, bro. Trying to stitch everybody up with your healing abilities. So if I keep him busy, then the other guys that I've got in my team could probably take out that other guy, because he can't heal 2 people at once. There we go, it's done. Who's left? This mofo. The Ash Walker. Come at me, Ash Walker. Why is he so tough? Just going to use my armour on him. Can't defeat this. Does that mean I can't play with him since I got the Heart of Thrones expansion? I think I can play with you, I just can't go to the areas that the Heart of Thrones has got in it. Spare your mana, drunk. I beat that char bitch, boy. You can play with him, just not in Mugwama, Central Tyria. Nice. I thought that was the case. I will get the expansion. I just I haven't got into it enough to you know, spend any money on it as such. Like, I don't know what this game's like to watch, but this game to play, although it is basic for nowadays MMORPGs, it's still fucking gorgeous, it's still fun, and it still holds so much charm. So much charm in it. I mean, you know, what do you want from a game, you know, that you can do this in? There you go. That's all you need from a game. That's all you need. Everybody rocks that together. There you go. There's a char in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? There's a big fat char in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? I'ma kill that char. 33% in the update is killing me. That is a long... You ain't played that game in a while, boy. That's like downloading a new fresh... It'll probably be quicker to download the new fresh client, because it'll come with most of the data in it. I've missed loads of updates. You know, when you have to log in to get the access to the area. As long as you log in, you get it. I've missed loads of those. I've not really... I sort of played with the gems for a bit. I did a little bit. My main thing in Guild Wars 2 that put me off was I ran out of storage and I had like 4 backpacks or 5 backpacks full of stuff, and they wanted me to buy another backpack, and I could not justify buying a backpack for a tenner just to put stuff in. So that literally killed that game for me. That's when I stopped playing it. Because every time I loaded up, I've got all these presents and things waiting. I get one every birthday. I get one on God knows when, this, that and the other. Whenever I try and play that game, I end up with no storage, and that just does my brain in. Because there's nothing I can seem to get rid of. I need to get more character slots. Yeah, storage problems got fixed. What do you mean they got fixed? How so? Because it still makes you buy them baggages, don't it? Like the baggies or whatever they are. I had like 2 backpacks, a satchel. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just remember that being the issue with it. That was what put me off. My storage issue, I think, is there's about 4 or 5 quest items that I've got that I haven't offloaded yet. Because I either don't know where the quest is, or I've got too many quests open at once and I've got confused. So I might need some help when we get back on that. Hello, dude, just sitting out here on your own. Oh, look at him, he's going to be dirty, isn't he? That's why he's out here on his own. There's some good grinding though. We've got some good grinding going on here. Use jump hacks, drunk. Jump hacks? Is that to teleport around the map? I don't want to use no hacks on my account. I've had this account for so long, I'd be gutted if it went away. It's funny to see the Crystal Desert in Guild Wars 1. Still looks good. Been a long time. I'm old school, you know. I grew up with games from I think my first ever computer was probably the one I actually owned was a NES. I had a few family members that were older and they had like the Commodore 64 and stuff. So I grew up with like real shitty graphics, real shitty loading times and real shitty games. So when it comes to Guild Wars, I still rate this like, this is easily in my top, I would say top 5, you know, easily in my top 5. Very close with Guild Wars 2. I'd have to put them in the same category to be fair, because they're both as good, if not, you know, Guild Wars 2 slightly better than Guild Wars 1, but for my nostalgia, I would say Guild Wars 1 is definitely way up there. Top 5 games of all time. I think my actual top 10 would probably be quite strange to a lot of people. I don't think my top 10 is your average top 10. You know, I would have Blitz the League in there somewhere. Blitz the League is definitely in my top 10 of all time great games. That's a rugby game, but it's a rugby game on like crack. It's fucking amazing. I believe you also started RuneScape, Drunk. I did start RuneScape, yeah. I didn't get very far. I got to the point where you make... Right, this is my RuneScape experience, okay? So, I got some shrimp. I burnt some shrimp. I then remade some shrimp. I then didn't burn that shrimp. I then put that shrimp into my inventory. And then I went and made some bread. And then I burnt the bread. And then I made some more bread. And then I went outside. And that's my whole RuneScape experience. And I've been requested to play RuneScape God knows how many times. How many times. And people are like, play RuneScape, play RuneScape. I'm not feeling it. I think it's like... It's kind of like Guild Wars in the fact that it's, you know, got the grinding elements and all that sort of stuff and items. But it takes it to the next level. It's way too complicated for its own good. I think it's very snobby community. I don't think it's something I want to be a part of ever. But you know, I'll try it. I'll do a drunk stream. It'll be funny, but it won't be something I'll be taking up full time anytime soon. Oosh. That's not to say I don't respect RuneScape and have, you know, I understand why people play RuneScape. I just couldn't do it myself. You're talking about veteran players. You're talking about people that play that game for like 7 years straight, you know, and just still never finish it. It just continues, constantly continuing. You never played RuneScape. You got a lucky escape. Never playing RuneScape is the escape. Well, I've just noticed how metrosexual. I'm gonna go with metrosexual. My character is, you know. It's very feminine from the waist down, I do believe. Which is cool with me, you know. Totally cool with it. Just saying. Just pointing out the obvious. Your character is gay as fuck. Well, see, you're allowed to say it. I'm not. You know, streamers be getting banned for that shit nowadays. Just for having an opinion on shit, we get banned. So I ain't about to do that. I give no shits on. The only thing I have an opinion on. Oh. Okay, right. So I've decided that I'm gonna have a button that plays the Kill Bill tune. You know when Kill Bill, when Uma Thurman gets really vexed about something. So say she catches eyes with the enemy. Yeah, that all goes red, and that plays that tune. It's like a siren. I'm gonna have that tune on a button, so that when the drunken's triggered, I can press that button, and not only does it make the whole screen go red, it zooms into my face, and I can give it like the eye of anger, and then it can have that tune play, and then I can go on a rant. Because someone triggered me the other day, and that come in my head, that actual red, the redness, and the tune. I was like, that'd be funny as fuck if I had that. So I'm going to try and implement that for next week. Now this is where a lot of the first XP comes from. I should have done this first. Get a lot of XP for completing these stories. I think they're about half an hour long. So we'll do this and then we'll end stream. But this is where I'm going to get my leveling up to go back and beat those other two dudes without no trouble. I don't know if there's an MMO that's failed. Oh yes, there is. There's an MMO, and again, it's one that's completely random. Sony did one, believe it or not. Sony Entertainment. What was that called now? I don't know. It was an RPG that I've not really seen since either. You could do like bowling, you could do like race car driving, you could compete against other people. When you say Sony, yeah, Sony, as in like PlayStation Sony. They had an MMORPG. You mean SOE, right? Not Sony Online Entertainment. Pass. I thought it was Sony Online Entertainment personally, but I could be wrong. I'm not willing to bank any things on that. I thought it was Sony Entertainment, to be honest, that did Free Realms. Free Realms, again, like I say, if you look up some footage of Free Realms, it's not that impressive, but the gameplay was fun, so much fun. It was a subscription-based game, but only you had to pay like $5.99 to open the rest of the world. And I was gutted because at the time I just never did it, and I should have done because it closed quick. It was a game that closed down very quick. And again, it was an MMORPG that was so great. It had so much going for it. There's not enough people took it up. That was when I don't know if you know a website called MMO Hut. The MMO Hut was big in the game. It was like the only place to go to really to get accurate stats and stuff on games. And they were recommending it to me, so I took it up. That's how I got involved with that game. Isn't it funny how some bad guys want to attack and some want to run away? Like, I don't remember that back in the day. I remember them being pretty stale. The AI wasn't that great. Golden egg? What's a golden egg? This is a proper battle royale. Look at this. There's a lot of enemies here. I swear I've done like 12 enemies. Just got to give us some wicked leveling up abilities. I'm level 5 at the moment. I'm hoping by the time I've done this, I'm level 7. At least. Oh, there's gold up there. There's gold in them there heels. I think my first ever YouTube video, thinking about it, like first time I ever uploaded anything to the internet was a Guild Wars. I don't even know what it was. I was really young at the time. I think it was basically my character, right, sort of standing here like this, on his own, yeah, with a nice backdrop. And I sort of spun the camera really slow like this. Really, really slow. And then, like, I took all the interface away, so it was just him. Oh, no, I know what it was. I know what it was. If I go to chat, and I go sit. There you go, right, he sat down. This is my entire YouTube video, first ever upload. He was sitting like that. And I literally spun the camera really slow and zoomed in, yeah, like with a pan, not that quick, because mouses were slower back then, right? I panned into him sitting down and put some dramatic music over it, and that was the first ever video I ever made for YouTube. And I don't know where it is or what account it's on or anything. It was literally like a 5-second clip. All right, let's pull the lever. There we go. Epic pull animation now. Just run straight into it. Right, here we go. So this is where, look, this look the bollocks, doesn't it? Look. For its age, 13 years old this game. That looks wicked. And salvage items, I'm not too sure if I have to break them. Golden egg. Use remain. Double click to raise all your attributes for 1 to 5 minutes. Oh, hell yeah, we're going to use the golden egg. There are streamers older than this game. I feel old. Ha, I meant there are streamers who are younger, but I'm 26, so you're doing a good job at making me feel young. Well, you're fucking welcome, motherfuckers. I like to think that I'm a 35-year-old man trapped in a 25-year-old man's body. Still got my youthful good looks. Well, I've got my youth. Well, I've got something. Okay, so it looks like we've got to go up and around, so this could take a little while to get there. But like I say, we're just gaining points. We're just... What am I drinking? I've got Blue Bomb... Well, it's not Blue Bombay. It's a classic Bombay gin. Yeah, classic Bombay gin. And then I break it down with some WKD Blue, which is... I don't know if you can even see that label. It's like a fruit vodka. Fruit vodka. So I'm mixing gin and vodka, but a very small percentage of vodka. And I pretty much drink that pretty much most streams, you know. That's kind of my drink of choice for a chilled stream. This is a chilled stream, believe it or not. A stream that would be hype would be a Friday fighting stream where we do fighting games and I get a bit leery. That'll be vodka and Red Bull. Sometimes I'll mix gin with vodka and Red Bull. I always have a gin before I stream anyway. You know, feel free to follow, feel free to hang out with Drunken Community. Everybody's great in the community. We've got no knobbers or cheesers. We're all pretty decent. WKD, but you're not down the park. WKD's not just for peasants, you know. WKD's a good mixer. Not Frank. I just read your name. That's brilliant. My name is not Frank. My name is Jeff. Oh, I see 7 gold. Does anyone know if I die? Last time I used Discord, I fell asleep with my mic on. Let's hope you had some good dreams then. Drunk, the informed fat shamer. Hey, we don't go there yet. Drunk ain't drunk enough for that. See, this is where I need that Kill Bill, where the screen goes red and I have that siren play. That's where we need the Kill Bill sound effect. And for the record, I mean, like, anybody who mentions fat in my chat is just going to get the drunken off on one. But I'm not a fat shamer, you know. It's not like I made them fat and now I'm taking the piss out of them. It's like they made themselves fat. And the people I'm talking about is a generalisation of certain class of fat people. Not all fat people. Fat people are lovely, I'm sure. I'm just saying that certain fat people can, you know, help themselves in you know, just... I mean, fuck's sake, Kios. Fuck off. You always get me triggered. Just stop. You're going to get me in trouble. Look at you. You're happy with that, aren't you? Well done. Knobhead. Right, what's that? Ah, little dude up here throwing stuff at me. Don't be throwing shit at me. I swear this man got his peanut butter jelly sandwich stolen by a fat girl at preschool. There we go. It's going down. How is he healing so quick? Have to rain down upon thee with great fire and furious anger those who try to heal against the drunk. Y'all will know my name is the drunk when I bite upon thee. Or bite him, there you go. Called a geesh. What the fuck is a geesh? I've heard that before, but I'm not sure what it means. Yes, he's right there. He's right there. Oh, come at me, bros. Yes. Yes. Got him. Right, we're going to take that golden egg for a start. Take that 17 gold. That's a lot of gold, really. Geesh. I swear I've heard the word geesh. Something to do with women and their lady parts, I'm sure. I'm sure.
The Jar invasion force. Captain Calhan was right.
I might be thinking Street Fighter 5 with Geef, you know, because I call him the Beef Geef, don't I? I've never heard of using WKD as a mixer. That shit looks like mouthwash. Yeah, it does. Look. It's very blue, it's very sweet, but the whole thing is, it takes the edge off the gin, and it gives the gin a nice fruity flavour. Therefore, you know, I never seen the point in drinking alcohol if you don't like the alcohol. Like, who... the amount of men that I speak to that drink pints and say that they don't like drinking pints. Well, why the fuck do you drink pints? Make no sense to me. No sense. Oh yeah, you're going to try and attack me both at once. That's bullshit. That's some gang mentality right there. That's some postcode gang mentality right there. Trying to shank me in the back. Going down, down, down. Whereabouts you from, drunk? You sound southern. Southern? Yeah, you mean like southern of the map? You're probably talking right. I'm originally from Tottenham in London. So I've got a cold at the minute, so it's probably not coming through that well. But I'm originally from Tottenham in London, and then I moved out of London to the outskirts, where I'm not going to disclose my location, but I did move to the outskirts just to, you know, as a teenager, I guess. And then I went back there as an adult and then come back here. So it's like I've been back and forth, back and forth. So I've got like a little bit of Yarmouth ways, not Essex, further up. So a little bit of sort of Yarmouth ways about me, I guess. And then I've got a little bit of the old Cockney in me. Can I fight this thing? What is it? Oh! Oh shit, he's gone ham. The chicken's gone ham. Damn, boy. I guess we don't fight chickens. What is going on down here? Look at this. I'm not even sure I want to get involved. Some motherfuckers poisoned me already. Here we go. Let's see what we can do. So we've got... So it's enemies fighting enemies right now. Here we go. Take the magicians down first. I think it's going to go right, this one. We're just going to be left with the poontangs after. Nice and easy. I'll be honest, this game looks like a shit version of World of Warcraft. No, it's a fucking bad boy version of World of Warcraft. Thank you very much. Shit, son. No, I'm just revisiting this. 13 years old. It came out before... I'm not going to... No, possibly around the World of Warcraft sort of time when World of Warcraft was big. This was basically this competition, I think. And they've done Guild Wars 2 now, which is I love as well. I just want to go back and revisit this, you know. So I'm probably going to do a couple of streams of this. And then I'm going to go to Guild Wars 2. And then I'm going to try some new ones, you know. I'm going to try some... Mondays are going to be MMORPG. Yeah, Mondays. So that's every Monday I'm going to be doing MMORPGs. Every Wednesday I'll be doing random action games. And every Friday I'm going to be doing fighting games. WoW was king. I've never played WoW. Never played WoW. I heard it's good. You know, I heard it's got, you know, some good points about it. It's a massive game. Cool Zed. Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Boom. There we go. What's he doing? What's he doing? He just started to dance on his own, look. Yes.